Hello guys, Alex Grandpa here, and today we have got a vehicle with the power steering issue. So this is an Audi A3 1.9 TDI 2007, but this video will be handy for all the VAG group cars, to be honest, that come with the power steering electric motor on them. Some of them have got actually power steering fluid, obviously this one hasn't, so have a look under the engine bay. And obviously the code I got today is P01309, the power steering control module. I'm using my top down tools today as well, so for that, if you're looking for diagnostic tools to save yourself some money, do comment below and I'll let you know what tools you can use to fix an issue like this. So we're going to start obviously by the simple thing of plugging in, which I already have done. Obviously I got the results here, and checking obviously the fault code. What happened with this car, they stopped at the petrol station, filled it up, jumped in the car, started again, and the power steering just went really hard, and the lights are all on, they're all flashing, the power steering light is on and engine light is on. So obviously I've connected to it. You can clear the codes, but they still stay in there. So I'm going to show you today is the most common issue with them and how you can save yourself a lot of money, but obviously not replacing the steering pump or the whole steering rack in this case, because that's what you'll have to do if the motor is gone. I'm going to show you the simple diagnosis, what you have to do to find out what the problem is, and hopefully it'll save you a lot of money. And if that is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe, like the video and comment below if it helped you. So obviously once you turn the ignition on or start it up, you got the flashing light, so it looks like the oil level light, you got the engine light, and you got the red power steering light there as well. So like I said, plenty of issues there, and once you're plugged in, I'll show you what the code you're going to get. So as you can see, this is the report, and that's the main fault code that we got, the 01309 power steering control module. So like I say, if you go to live data, depending on the tool you're using, you can check if the motor is getting the voltage, the battery voltage on the live data, or if it's not. Like I said, it's something that depending on the tool you're using, you might not have that function. Right, so this is the video to show you what to check first. So obviously don't forget to check all the fuses inside the car and out here as well. So the inside the car, they're just behind the cover there. So you would have to pop off this cover, and the fuses are all in there. So obviously you can look at the owner's manual to have a look for the fuses, and obviously check this ones. And it's very important to check the cables they got here and the fuses as well for corrosion, because they usually get quite a bit of corrosion on them, and that can cause all sorts of problems. Now the next thing going to follow is the plug they got right at the bottom there. So I will have to take the airbox out to make sure I can get to it, but if you look down there, there's a plug there, and this is where the issue is. On that plug, they usually break the cables, so have a look at both sides. And like I said, once I got the airbox out, I'm going to show you what the problem is on this one. So to get the box out, you have to unplug this. Just to make it safer, just use a flat blade screwdriver, lift the tab there, and that will come undone. And then you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Phillips screwdriver screws there, and there's an Allen key there as well that's holding the box down. To be honest, you might be able to do it just without even taking the Phillips screws out of there. So you also got the vacuum pipe, that just use the flat blade screwdriver just to pop it off of there. And like I said, unplug this plug, you have to push it down, lift the tab, you hear the click, there you go, and that just comes off. Don't forget to plug it back in afterwards. And you got the clip here that you need to squeeze with the pliers and move the box off of there once it's squeezed in. So let me just get the Allen key to undo the bolt that we got down there. So as you can see, that's the Allen key one down there, so we have to undo that, and this is the clip that we got here that we need to remove as well, and then the box should come out. So I've undone the Allen key 5, and the obviously clip is off, so hopefully now I should be able to pull the box out of there. There you go, there's rubber bits that hold it in, and there's also going to be a pipe coming out here, so you might need to move this out of the way. Little air box. There you go, that comes off. And there's also a pipe that you have to be careful with, which is this one. There you go. So just get the box out of there, Then you gain a lot of room here now, so you'll be able to work obviously on the plug. I'm going to show you now what wire is broken. Right, so looking in here, this is the wiring that I told you need to trace. As you can see, that wiring there, and on this side as well. Have a look on the other side, because sometimes they break as well. All of them wires there, they seem to be fine. But if you look at this one, there you go, that is our snapped wire, and I suspect it'll be a ground one, and the other one's damaged as well. So you can pull this wire out of there. It's like sitting in a locator there. You might have to spray some maintenance grease. There you go. We're gonna unplug it. Now at this stage, I would recommend to disconnect your negative terminal on the battery, because obviously we're going to be working with the wiring to repair it. But like I said, at this stage, this just shows you how important it is to have a good visual check on the wiring and fuses first, to save you lots of money, because obviously, like you see, that broken wire is causing the problem. And if you obviously miss that and install the whole new steering rack and you have to drop the whole subframe down, it'll have a very expensive bill and you'll still have an issue. So please don't ignore the wiring. And like I said, I'm going to try and disconnect this. I joined the wire because it's snapped really close to the plug there. As you can see, I only got a little bit there, so I'm going to use the soldering iron to repair that and obviously connect everything, and hopefully they'll fix our problem. So this is a selection of my tools that I'm going to use for the repair. So appropriate size bit of wire, and then we've got obviously some cutters, but you can use something else. And this is the brilliant things that we got here. They're the joints they have to hit up. So obviously you can use soldering iron that I got here. I'm just going to put it on the heat to warm them up, and they will just join the wires for me. So this is the adapter that I'm going to use. All these tools that I'm showing you today I will put in the description below, especially this kit here. If you do anything with the wiring, this is brilliant, because this will obviously got a bit of soldering in there, as you can see in the middle. So that will join your wires, and also it will shrink to obviously make it watertight, weatherproof. So really good kit, all different sizes in there as well. Right, so I would use a Stanley knife or something similar to obviously clean the rubber off. So we got clear wire there. We need to make sure obviously there's a good contact, and make sure you check for any further damages anywhere, and the same on that end. So obviously this is the important bit. We need to be really careful because we can't afford to cut too much off. So just clear off a bit, and then obviously solder it together, and then join it afterwards on this one. Right, so just to keep you up to date, guys, I've joined the end ones already. They're all tight, so it's good contact. And by the way, while I was looking at all, I found that there was another black and red wire that was damaged. So I'm repairing 2 wires now to avoid obviously fixing this one and having issue with the other one very soon, because it wasn't really holding on very well. So I'm going to try and film it, see if I can show you how it works. So if I apply the heat to it, I don't know if you can see what's going on, but I also don't want to mess up my job. So I'm going to start shrinking now. It does get quite hot. So you can see it shrunk already. So what I have to do is melt the middle bit now. Once you melt the middle bit, that will join the wire properly. And obviously do exactly the same on the other one. As you can see, it's melted already. There you go, perfect. Look at that joint. That is lovely. Then just obviously seal the ends. You can squeeze them with your fingers afterwards. So exactly the same on the second one. So like I say, you can squeeze them if you want, just to spread it a little bit more. Oh, it's hot, but be careful because it will be really hot. And I would say that's the repair done. You can apply a little bit more heat to it if you can see that it hasn't sealed properly, but that looks pretty good to me. And so I'm going to put tape around it, protective tape, just to give it a bit more reinforcement. And obviously a couple of wires are going to be longer than the others, but yeah, that is pretty good repair there. So now we just have to install everything back in there. So just don't forget that hose goes on top. Locate the airbox properly into the rubber holders and where the bolt goes in as well. So obviously don't forget to put the clip back on. There you go. Install all these parts back together. There you go. It sits there. We have to connect the battery in the end. Just put the cover back on. Don't forget to connect the vacuum hose. The last bit we got is the battery. There we are, that's that done. Well guys, it is time to check if we actually fixed it. Let's have a look, let me start it up. We might have to clear the fault codes now. Look at that, brilliant. No more stiff steering. So I suspect we will have fault codes, and obviously after disconnecting the battery, you will need to drive the car about 20 miles an hour and obviously steer it for a bit, and some of that will clear because the ABS light stays on after disconnecting the battery, or just reset, obviously clear the fault codes using diagnostic tool. But as you can see, the steering is light now, so I'm pretty sure we fixed the problem. Right guys, so I literally just went down the road, went up to 20 miles an hour, turned left, right, and the lights went off. It's all working very well now, as you can see. No more stiff steering, nice and easy fix. Like I said, all the tools I've used, all the stuff that I've used is going to be in the description below with all the cheapest prices if you haven't got them already. So here we are guys, I would say that is fixed. So like I said, it's up to you what method you want to use. I've used those little joints, they're really good, they work very well. I use them obviously my other job on all the wire repairs. But yeah, like I said, this for me in this case was a free repair. Obviously I had the parts already, but like I say, if you want the parts, they're all in the description below. So please make sure you check the wiring, check the fuses before you progress into the further repair and replacing expensive parts. And if this video did save you money, obviously save you time on looking for an issue, then please do comment below, let me know, subscribe to the channel and give us a like. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you soon. Bye.